why you're drafting an out and a Void Spirit in the same lineup. But we'll see. But for Faceless Void, one of the things that kind of can make him work is if you have that insane combo with the Chronosphere. Problem is, this game, IG, they just don't really have that, right?
Yeah, they have Acid Spray, Chrono into like Finger, Earth Spike, that's it. The good thing is they don't have any like real counterplay to the Chrono. There is a Roar, but you don't have that like Wyvern, you don't have Shadow Demon, you don't have an Oracle, any kind of saves coming inside the Chronosphere. So every single time the Chrono is up, they should be able to get a kill. Even though, as you said, like they have 1, 2, 3, 4 melee heroes.
Tranquilly.
And sort of overall, looking at EG's lineup, what do you like so much about what EG's bringing in?
Because they have such a great setup for Ancient Apparition. They have heroes that can invade the enemy jungle, something that, you know, Alchemist wants to be, let's say, 7 to 11 minutes where he's farming the Alchemist. They have pretty much the best heroes. You have Hawk scouting things out. You have Earth Spirit, who's one of the best heroes to just rotate over the map. Storm Spirit on top of that. Like, such a good setup for Ancient Apparition. I don't think Fly should be able to miss a single Ice Blast this time around.
Yeah, definitely no excuses for missing that this game. And some heroes that aren't going to really have the greatest of times to get hit by that blast. In particular. And with the lane setups here, I mean, who's getting the edge with these lanes?
Yeah, this Faceless Void, he's not going to get too much out of the bottom lane. He might be dead if he does not body block him.
Blood Ride's down. Flyfly. Ooh. Be okay. Let's have a salve ready in the lane.
Safe.
This is a bit problematic. You know, they hit level 2 before you. They are using the healing salve. Always sitting at half HP, so Bloodseeker will be very speedy. He can easily trade with the Faceless Void. Faceless Void gets close. Needs to be wary of that silence coming out, a good zoning tool, and yeah, this on top of that. So whenever you have Bloodseeker in your team, you want to be able to. You also want to play aggressive on all your other lanes. Not sure why they decided to just lane Faceless Void on the bottom instead of the top.
Maybe just wanting to avoid the Beastmaster lane. So that's not a huge amount of fun for Void to lane into.
Void has 4 CS, right?
I mean, it's not like he's doing any better down bottom. This is a pretty miserable start here for Flyfly, really struggling to do anything against the Bloodseeker AA combo of Arteezy and Fly.
He's just being completely zoned out. Look at the aggression from Arteezy. He's like, I don't give a damn about CS.
Top lane, Crit coming in with a nice kick there, getting iceiceice back to safety. With the ball, Crit, he's able to turn and get first blood. Some smooth moves already here from Crit on his Earth Spirit.
This game already looking really, really good for EG. Mid lane, pretty even. Abed, you know, it's Abed Storm Spirit. Like, you need to be very careful about it. Emo has a bottle, but let's see if they decide to keep it to the mid lane. Yeah, there it is. Kaka just gonna TP, refill the bottle.
Bottom lane, Flyfly.
Zoning Blood Right.
Consistently getting zoned. They've already been through at least 2 salves here on the bottom lane to keep Flyfly on the map. He's getting nothing. Nothing at all from down here. 7 CS against the 14 and 6 of Arteezy. It's going to be a slow start for the Void. A hero that, as we've been talking about before, you need a lot. If you're going to make the Faceless Void, you need a lot of items. This hero does not do much with 1 or 2.
Yeah, compared to other carries, one of the reasons why he's not picked is like, even in this heavy like farm meta where every carry pretty much wants to get a Battle Fury, Faceless Void still can't really just fight Battle Fury like a BKB. Still needs like an extra item to be able to deal the damage. 4-minute rune.
Down at the bottom, Abed. He's not going to be able to grab this emo. Able to head down in time with the backup of volley. Control.
They need to swap things around. Like Faceless Void, he is, I'm not going to say win condition, because first Axel probably going to go to Void Spirit. It just sounds much better, you know, having that stats, Void Spirit can go in, having AoE silence is just going to be great against some of the heroes, especially the Storm Spirit. But they need to either bring up one hero to the bottom or just swap a lane. Because right now he has 8 CS, 9, while Arteezy has 19, 20.
Well, you just feel that there's no way that you can make this work if you're sacking the Void in the laning state.
Yeah, it's just going to be so hard. He might get that, you know, Aghanim second Ag should belong to Faceless Void to have that AoE bash with the Time Walk. Bounty runes. Ollie, also stacking.
Chris still able to pick it up despite IG's attempts to stop him with the stuns. Now with the silence into the slow onto the 2 and Crit and iceiceice. We're just going to battle down the 2 of them. Then bring down Kaka. They're going to be able to get JT as well as EG. take down both. Top lane getting kills like this, going perfectly for EG. Bottom lane just completely slowing down Void starts the match. And in the mid lane, I mean, that's the only lane really where IG, they're able to get something here. Zemo's keeping up with Abed.
Exactly, they're doing at least something in this lane. Both side lanes not doing that well. Earth Spirit, like this is something that you don't expect. Earth Spirit for 1-1-1 build, so you have this silence. It's a 2-second silence rate. He might even try to go on a mid lane. There's also 2 earn charges, so he can TP to the mid lane. Let's see where they decide to make a move, because both of them are in the base right now.
I'm over here.
Bottom lane, flyfly. He's got to be very careful if that is going to be the lane that needs to make moves on towards. Maybe for now, Abed just turning towards the mid lane. This minute rune is up. It's going to be down
Radiant's
bottom.
middle tower is under attack.
Himself, so he's able to go grab that. Kaka will stop him from being able to turn and get aggressive onto Emo. He wants to go for Kaka. He knows that Kaka spells are on cooldown. If he can punish him. There's very little that Emo can do to keep Abed off, as Abed reads the situation perfectly. Knows that he can't get punished for getting in aggressively. And able to turn towards Emo. Emo may be able to take him down. He just have 8 stick charges. Be enough to zip away. Emo already using the Remnant. Nothing else to grab Abed.
In a second. It's like he knows. It's like he's actually counting. Emo's underneath the tower.
No, Abed's still got a Fairy Fire. He's still got a Fairy Fire to play with. Once the Fairy Fire and the stick charges, Emo's got to get out of it.
Crit rotating, but a bit too late. I think he had enough time if he hit himself to actually TP to the mid lane, try to help Abed, but maybe Abed was just saying, I don't need the help. I got this.
Textbook showing of Abed knowing his limits perfectly on the field.
I thank you.
Top lane.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Got to be a bit careful now. Iceiceice, he's hit the 6, he's got the Raw. Crit's ever in position. He can make a go onto JT.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Before he hits level 6.
They just brought a Lion on the bottom. I don't think they cared too much about him. Like, Bloodseeker's very tanky. His armor is super high, especially when sitting near the tower. It's 12, so you don't really feel those right-click damage. Faceless Void will need some more XP to hit level 5. You can see the rotation.
The Void gets taken down. Abed once again, game 2, coming in with the perfect moves to the side.
Abed very active. He understands that I can TP to the side lane. I'm not gonna lose too much out of the mid lane. I'm also the one who's you know, getting those kills. He killed the Kaka, and they don't have enough tower damage. Like, if that was a DP on a mid lane instead of Void Spirit, that's like very punishable. You're probably gonna lose the tower top lane roll.
JT, he's got the chemical range, but the damage from these summons bringing him very, very low. Emo will TP over. JT still just dying here to the Necro book, as JT's gonna end up walking back in range of iceiceice. A few more hits. JT, can they save him? Jump over with the Renner. iceiceice is able to get over, but Kaka's turned up as well. They will manage to keep JT safe. Crit tries to roll in, hits the combo off onto the 2 of them. Kaka still getting beat down by the board. Crit will be able to find the kill in return.
Boris, he gets the last hit. So iceiceice, nothing too values. Monster, they also force a rotation. Abed just playing between tier 1 and tier 2 tower right now. You know, it's like the biggest threat is pretty much Lion. So if Lion is off the map, he can feel pretty safe.
Bottom lane, Arteezy's now got the 6, so flyfly has to be careful of any moves they make with backup. Top lane Emo. Okay, no Raw still for 30 seconds. JT now moving away from the lane completely. Abed still aggressive here, looking for moves in the mid lane. Bottom comes in with a rotation, and it's the +1. That's all that's needed there for Arteezy to be able to take down flyfly.
Flyfly, man, he's struggling. For people who are just tuning in, this is not a position 5. You know, Faceless Void, he's just struggling. Like, they completely dominated that lane. Arteezy, like, he's staying almost double the net at the moment. Going into Maelstrom.
Look at him over here, he's taking some stats and he's taking some kills.
Here I am.
Zemo will jump over Abed, immediately keeping out, but the Remnant is there. Abed will get punished.
That's the thing. You know, he's trying to go for a very greedy play. He gets a kill, tries to take the stack, but pretty much Sorcerer is the best one. So I expect them to try to invade this stack. They see it's pretty big. This is where Alchemist is going to farm his Alchemist.
Crit. Get over here around the root spot. Kaka's able to turn. The setup, they've got the lockdown. Crit won't be able to interrupt the bouncer rune being taken. IG will punish him.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
iceiceice having a much better game than in the previous one. Like, he's super farm, staying near the top of the network. Has a book to speed, getting closer to book 2. Like, he's just gonna be the one dominating the top part of the map. But I also want to see him, like, possibly rotate and invade that triangle. Try to steal some stacks from the Alchemist.
I want to do something mid. Flyfly does have the 6. Open up with the chrono onto Abed. They have the damage. Bring him low, they're going. Arteezy looks at the counterplay though. Bloodlight's down. Take down Flyfly in return. Arteezy trying to charge over towards Kaka. Emo jumps in as well, over from the side. iceiceice bringing the balls in. Kaka.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Silence and slow. If they bring down Kaka, Braun sets them onto Ollie. And they may have lost Abed, but EG hit back and take way more from IG.
EG, they just bring the numbers. JD's not the one who wants to join the fight. He wants to be able to farm that Aghanim Scepter, but the EG, they're making all the right moves. Abed getting the fifth. No, he took the finger, he took one for the team. That's their damage. Like, this is their damage inside the corner. It was very close.
He's taken up to the lane. Rich is going to be able to jump. What if he's gone? As soon as he's back in the game, he's out of it.
He's level 6. As a carry, 11 minutes in. They were giving tomes to Arteezy in the previous game. Maybe they need to start doing the same thing for Faithless Void, because he's seriously underleveled.
He's going to have such a tough game. Top lane Abed. Found JT. He's fine timing for iceiceice to bring the army over. And JT looking pretty dead here. No escape for the Alchemist. Another kill for EG. 13-4 now. Crit was getting gone up, but he's able to make it away. Kaka not able to get the grab in time.
So a lot of time wasted. They managed to kill Alchemist twice. He's not involved in any of the kills. Sometimes we see Alchemist being aggressive early on because there's a ton of damage. You know, acid spray combined with something. Most of the time it's like a toss. A lot of right clicks, unstable concoction. Like, you get a kill, you get 2 kills, then you clear the stacks. You have that Aghanim Scepter on time. He still needs to farm 1600 gold to actually be able to farm the first Ags.
One of those
Radiant
record-breaking
are
times that we've
scanning.
seen from some of these solo lane alks, with the way that he has dealt with them a couple of times. Abed getting very close to the order of Magi and the recipe at Souls is needed. Arteezy, Maelstrom done. His farm now going to continue at a pace that's going to be very hard for Flyfly to keep up with, as Arteezy currently doubling the net
He does
worth.
not
Radiant's
have a
bottom
farming
tower
item
is under
on
attack.
Faceless Void, while Arteezy has Maelstrom, so it's just gonna keep getting worse for him.
Dire's
We'll
top
have Chrono
tower
again
is
in
under
20
attack.
seconds. I feel like if you are trying to make,
check.
you've got to use Chrono on cooldown.
Check this triangle.
To get
You
back
know, he's inside the triangles. Not gonna say
Radiant's
stealing,
bottom
but taking
tower
away
is
some
under
CS
attack.
from JT as well, because he needs to recover as well. But this also means that Aghanim Scepter will be delayed.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Pressure onto the bottom tier 1. G, with the strength that they have, they will not be afraid of defending. Very strong right now.
They also have very limited tower damage. These heroes inside of IG, they can't really see IG coming in.
Set up there, straight over they go towards Emo. Silence down as Ollie's not quite 6 yet. Ollie will fall. Emo onto the side, trying to escape. They got any more damage again. He's going to fall underneath. Pressure on his iceiceice gets the last bit of damage, takes him out. EG just letting nothing get past them here in game 2.
They're just in full control of this game. Like, when they take a fight near like Roche Pit, they could easily transition that into Roche Kill with the Beastmaster, or as maxed out the Boar Necro units. It's just more than enough to take it down.
Dire's
So
bottom
next time they
tower is
probably
under
take
attack.
a fight, it's just gonna be a Roche. They're also devording with the Necro units. Like, Necro is just such a busted and a strong item overall. One of the strongest one in this patch for sure.
Dire's bottom tower
Has
is under
Orchid
attack.
coming to him, plus a haste rune in the bottle.
Once that Orchid's done, this game is... It's already, of course, been incredibly hard for Flyfly. 0-4-1. With the Orchid in play, he's got to pretty much hope that Ollie's always by his
Dire's
side.
bottom
Otherwise,
tower
Abed will have
is
no
under
trouble
attack.
pretty much taking down Flyfly solo.
Lion still holding a tome. He just gave it to Abaddon. Abaddon is also level 5. 15 minutes in, they smoke. They have the Aghanim Scepter complete. He gives it the Void
Dire's
Spirit, of
bottom
course.
tower
The
is under
AoE
attack.
silence, 2 charges. They need to make stuff happen right now. Like, they need to get some kind of, like, multiple kills. Fred, and
Dire's
he'll
bottom
gladly take that
tower
one.
is falling.
Haste!
He's got the finger. It was like trying to, you know, cast it, but was afraid that he might get out actually with the rolling boulder.
Leave anything to chance. Flyfly. About 700 off the Maelstrom. Meanwhile, Arteezy. KB's going to be pretty much done on top of his Maelstrom at the same time that the Flyfly finishes his Maelstrom. Arteezy close to a full item ahead. Flyfly.
This time around, he's also going for BKB. Beastmaster, after finishing the Necro 3, doesn't care too much about any of the spells other than the Chronosphere. They have nothing else and wants to be able to deal with the silence.
This one, Ollie. The rest of IG, they'll let him go.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Flyfly is around. The volley gone. IG will retreat.
JT going for second Aghanim Scepter. He was thinking, do I need a Blink Dagger? Do I get the Axe here?
Set.
The combo crit. Flyfly gets the setup stack. Flyfly falls in.
I'm over here.
At BG, they'll clean up Kaka. Emo's trying to bring down Abed, but the concoction flies over. Abed does get stunned up. They'll get the trade onto the Storm Spirit. Crit was having to be a bit careful, but iceiceice is coming in with the backup, but he's got a roar at the ready. Force JT, the next one looks out, they bring down the Alchemist, they'll take down 3.
It's just so much. Abaddon already used his Aphotic Shield. iceiceice sees that it came out, goes in, uses the roar on Alchemist, shut him down. Once again, this is the third death for JT. Man, probably he's not really having a good time. Like, he's level 8, does not have a single item pretty much. 17 minutes in. This is a good kill. You know, they rely so much on Void Spirit to actually be able to do stuff. They gave Tome of Knowledge to Void Spirit because first it was Lion holding it, then he gave it to Abba. Abba was like, I'm fine, you know, I just got level 6.
At least for IG, able to take down Abed in that fight. But other than that, game just not getting any easier for Flyfly.
Radiant are scanning.
Maelstrom is done. Still so much catching up to do. There's all their value and net worth, of course, with the Ags going over as well. Really resting on Emo. Emo, he has to have a perfect game really to hold them in on this one, IG.
It's just gonna get worse for them. Like, Faceless Void is not gonna feel comfortable going in. He needs a BKB. Even when he gets a BKB, I just want to see if that's gonna be his next item, because he needs to be able to protect them against the silences. They still have AA Blast, they still have Roar. Dire using a scan inside the mid, they know something is up. Chronosphere is up. We've seen one Chrono, right?
Just the one. The one so far in the mid lane. Not being able to find a chance to use it again. They are coming over him. Roshan not quite taken out. And EG they're prepared for this. They're backing off, smoking up themselves. Prepare for the attempt from IG and JT. Finding a target here. Hawks are out. iceiceice setting up the vision. Emo moving over to the back lines. Crit's going to roll under the Warthog. Does get blocked off. Blocked right down. He's getting popped by Arteezy. Commits over the Warthog. Standing out immediately, but Abed's in. Grabs him with the Vortex. Stops the escape from the Void Spirit. Only falls as the borrowed time comes to an end. See Crit and iceiceice. They even see if they can chase down for more. They know JT still around it. Crit, he's in. No, he knows exactly where JT. Slow, iceiceice has the roar and the ready, and there's no escape.
Immortality
and EG, they'll take the 3 of them down.
Under attack.
Yeah, that was such a good, rotation. They use the smoke, they get out of the pit, they understand, they are coming. They also use the scan, so they probably know something is up. Crit, they're sitting behind the trees, breaking also the smoke, going in. Like, Abed is so careful. Like, you can see that he did not want to go in until Rupture was used, and then like, yeah, we'll just pull the Void Spirit, we'll kill him. There's not going to be enough damage. If we take down Void Spirit, this is where most of the damage just comes from. Faceless Void, after getting the Maelstrom, going for a BKB, I can understand. Let's see if he can, get that Aghanim Scepter on time. But still, he's never going to feel comfortable playing into Rupture, into Roar, into AA Blast. It's just not good of a Faceless Void game.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Wards are up there, quickly pinged out. EIG preparing around the area.
Time is money.
Room ready for the next fight.
you have the best Aegis carrier in the game.
Radiant's
Sorcerer Abed
bottom
pretty much
tower
always
is
gets
under attack.
the same item build.
Radiant
Orchid Rush, then
structures
he
are
gets
fortified.
Arcane Boots to have a bit more mana. Into
Double.
BKB. AA Blast misses.
Little too low
Radiant's
mana to
bottom
keep going here,
tower
Abed.
has fallen.
Back a couple of TPs. G bringing in the mid lane. TP's down towards the bottom. They want to try and get flyfly. If they show, you've got like a couple of heroes mid, Crit and Arteezy. They'll start setting up the bottom. Flyfly, it's been ruptured. He's going to go for the TP and Crit. He's in. He's got the Yule, puts a stop to the escape. Flyfly will go down yet again.
He was thinking about using that Chronos here. Like Crit missed the roar, but has a Yule Scepter to cancel the TP. Such a nice move from EG. EG, they're just completely dominating this game. Moving around the map, they have a BKB on a Beastmaster. AA, he was saving some money, bought a shard. A good shard. Like this allows Ancient Apparition to possibly like even farm and push creep waves, 40 DPS and attack speed reduced by 20.
Dire's middle tower
right up.
is under attack.
Stupendous.
Down 7 to 23, down 7k. They really have to look for some sort of big, crazy smoke-up play around a Chronosphere, but as we said at the start, it's just, even if they do land that Chrono,
Where's the follow-up?
I mean, they
it's
have a
acid
finger, that's
spray,
it, right?
faint finger.
that's one hero gone, maybe,
Radiant are
at
scanning.
best.
Radiant.
Dire's middle
Took
tower
a scan.
is under attack.
Abed is not feel comfortable. He thought maybe Lion is hiding in the trees. Lion has a blink dagger, so it's going to be much easier for him to get the good initiation.
Here we go. On the side, the new jump on Arteezy. Arteezy gets thrown as they go to fail. Punch it. Doesn't catch Arteezy, does he have the damage? He's trying to get into it. Arteezy is still alive. He's able to walk it off. Flyfly goes down. That was it. That was the Chrono. Nothing happens. Arteezy finally falls, but it's going to be EG with the cleanup. And Evo is going to go down. They'll lose 3 on IG.
They used everything. Like, they used everything. That Chronosphere, we talked about how they don't have enough damage inside of it, and we can see why. Like, Faceless Void just does not deal enough damage at the moment. There's no real follow-up. They try to burst him down. Arteezy super tanky, ton of armor, 21, has some status resistance.
Dire's
With that
middle
casual
tower
Sange,
is
which he
under
will
attack.
turn into SNY. The rest of the team just comes in and cleans them up.
Dire's structures are
Well,
fortified.
it's tough. It's a very tough game here for IG. They'll have that Chrono ready to go again in just a short time of 2 minutes.
Aghanim Scepter now completed on Faceless Void. He didn't farm the gold. It was Alchemist who actually gave it to him.
Dire are scanning.
See again. I mean, Arteezy, of course, does eventually go down, but so much having to be used to kill Arteezy at this point. And that was even
Dire's
catching him in the
bottom tower is
Chrono
under attack.
when he was as low as he was.
This is just that Faceless Void does not have attack speed. There's no Mask of Madness on anything. He's really struggling. You can feel that he's a bit more tanky right now because of that Axe. Stats are really good.
And the Axe, because it will speed up his farm. Flyfly able to hop around the map, clean up the waves, camps as he jumps into them. The AoE bashes. It's a lot of time, and there's still many, many items that are going to be any sort of considerable threat on his own. He comes in with the Chronosphere. Abed. Zip it, and he's on the hunt. He's actually found it. Abed hunting through the tree line, catches Emo. And there's just no hiding. There
He
is no
comes
hiding
back
from Abed.
straight into silence. They're not overlapping any of their abilities. Pretty much, like, man, Prince has been amazing this game. He's been involved in 21 out of 27 kills, all over the place. You know, like, either player is super bad when he has more than
Dire's
3
bottom
earn charges,
tower
or
is
the
under
game is going
attack.
so well that he does not even need to use it. He has 9 earn
9.
charges. You know, that's how dominant they are.
It's turn 15. I mean, this is what happens when EG's able to get their hands on that crit spirit in the first few picks. Pretty sure we've just seen him have it. Perfect games every time. Every time he's got his spirit this tournament.
There's a TP on the ground
Dire's middle
in the
tower
river
is
near
under
mid.
attack.
No one wants to touch that. After seeing what happened to Puppy, after picking up the bottle, they're like, nah, we're good.
Grip.
Spout.
Starting things off here onto Ollie. JT and flyfly will look to get out of it. They're on the run, JT, Kaka and
Dyer's
flyfly.
courier
They
has
don't want
been
to take any sort of fight here. Kaka, his TP's still on cooldown, so he won't make it away.
Crit, chasing Abed.
Ollie, going for the TP out. They've got ways to cancel it, though, as crit.
Set.
Rolling boulder, back up and available. 2 more kills for EG. 29 to 8. The killing just never stopping this game.
Alchemist now needs to farm an item for himself. Abed
He
jumps
just got
in.
straight in off the flyfly. He's gonna zip it, will get caught up on the explosion. Back up there, CC flyfly dead. JT as well. Ice blast coming in, it's not even needed. Arteezy taking them both down.
After seeing the GG out a bit, like early in the previous game, I would not be surprised if
Dyer's
they
middle tower
take
is under
one more
attack.
fight, especially if EG takes the Roche before that, where they
Dyer's
understand like
middle tower
he can't do
has
anything in
fallen.
this game. Because it looks pretty over, you know, 15k gold lead is just EG who's all over the map, making the right moves, maneuverable heroes. The space for IG to farm is just non-existent. Like they can farm pretty much whatever comes
Dyer's
to their
middle barracks
towers
are
right
under
now.
attack.
They're gonna go in. They're gonna get those barracks. 6 seconds until Faceless Void respawns.
And will have Chronosphere when he's back up.
Dyer's middle
The
barracks
rack's gone.
has fallen.
Nothing IG can do to push back EG.
Radiant's bottom
17k
tower is
lead.
under attack.
Arteezy well on the way to his Abyssal. Flyfly still struggling to get the BKB finish. Is he able to have it for the next fight?
Probably. Still needs to farm quite a lot of gold. Next Roche may respawn in 2 seconds. Let's see if it's gonna be a longer respawn timer. EG should have the Roche, like, but you know, IG does not want to give them that. It's gonna be a minute and 20 seconds.
Dyer are
If they give them
scanning.
Roche, Cheese and Aegis on both cores, they just not gonna have enough damage because they need to play around the cooldown. The Chronosphere 160 seconds is just a bit too high and very punishable.
Keeping themselves completely surrounding flyfly. Make sure the flyfly is able to farm. There it is. BKB's done. Flyfly will have now a bit of a better chance of jumping in, getting the chrono off. I don't think that's going to make much of a difference, though.
Okay, Alchemist, he bought Shard, Berserker Potion, so
Dyer's
they
turret
have a
has
dispel
been killed.
mechanic, which is okay. You can't
Dyer's
dispel roll
top tower
work
is under
to
attack.
soft dispel, but they can dispel silences, which is really nice. Also, Lincoln Sphere on Void Spirit.
Ahmed, he's going to go straight in. He comes into the BKBs, everyone's coming down the ice bar, pull back onto Flyfly, Kaka goes down, flies back immediately, they chase it on the front, they force the BKB, the chrono wants to stop this. He got the ball, the wall's there, Flyfly's dead.
They might call it.
I think they will.
Oh man, Chronosphere on 2 boards in the end, like, man, Abed, he understands. I jump flying. They don't have enough damage. Like, I go on top of them, even if I get caught by the Chronosphere, they will not have enough damage to kill me. Earthbreath is the one who's controlling Abed, and just some really, really good showing from EG. This game was so one-sided.